Week 1, Day 1, 100 Thieves versus TSM. So, jumping into the draft, bans are pretty standard from both sides. It is interesting for TSM to not take the Lucian 1-2, but they're so comfortable with picking Ezreal that they probably don't really care about Lucian in general. I'm sure they're going to give over the Lucian many times this split and just go Ezreal into it, at least until teams start banning the Ezreal. And right away they're picking the Victor into the Scion and picking Huhi, Urgot for Huhi. So nothing too surprising. They are showing a high Alistar prio as well. And 100 Thieves goes Thresh instead of... Well, they have to go Thresh because Braum was banned. Alright, pretty standard draft. Nothing too surprising at all. The Zilean into Urgot is fairly easy lane for the Zilean. He's not too afraid. He can scale for free. So I'm sure Bjergsen's really happy with this matchup. As soon as they saw the Victor Urgot, they probably knew Victor was going top. You're not just blinding a Victor mid. So picking the Zilean, pretty good in general. It's also not too bad against the Victor. So I want to see 100 Thieves take control bot river or top. They actually have a lot of early pressure this game. They do technically have 3 pressure lanes. Not too sure about the Urgot Zilean. I think the Zilean can control the Urgot lane. But you have Olaf. So Olaf should feel pretty happy playing around either side lane. Either the Victor top or the Thresh Lucian bottom. It does look like Sven and Smoothie have control of bot lane though. So the important thing here is just to see where everyone places their pink wards once they base. They finally get the push bottom. I'm expecting Thresh to base soon. There we go. Vamp Scepter by. He got 2 pinks. So what do they do with these pinks? They didn't get the Lucian base with Cutlass, so that kind of hurts the Lucian. He's still gonna have a lot of pressure. I mean, he just has Vamp versus a tier, so it's still gonna feel pretty nice. But a lot of the Lucian kills come when he gets a Cutlass buy, and the enemy's stuck with a pretty inefficient buy. So Olaf's playing topside here. He gets the red buff invade. He can make it back for his own red buff because of the staggered respawn timers. So Anda doing a pretty good job this game. Random engage top. They don't know where the Camille is, but they did take his red buff. And they saw that. And they know that Camille saw that Olaf had his red buff. So maybe he feels pretty safe up there. Wow, is Olaf really 4-buffing the second respawns? So Olaf took enemy red, his own red, enemy blue. He's abusing his lane pressure really well in the side lanes. At least Camille is getting the blue for Zilean. Or is he taking it himself? Yeah, honestly, I know he's giving it. So thanks for Zilean. Camille's only down a level still. But it's kind of up to 100 Thieves to set up for this Infernal. They have this bot pressure. They have their Victor doing pretty nice. Although Sion's going to be more useful at this point. Sion's going to be really tanky. And he has a lot of CC, whereas the Victor, he kind of needs a lot of items and CDR to scale up. But comparing Lucian's items and Ezreal's items, Lucian's gonna feel pretty good if he fights soon, especially once he gets Bork. They got the full control bot lane, so I am expecting something around this dragon soon. But Sion's coming down. They have to be really careful. Yeah. So that is one of the hard parts about playing Thresh, is you are so squishy. And unless you're the one like hooking someone and getting the engage off, it does feel really hard. Also, Zilean is so good in these types of team fights. You have the Alistar to set up a double bomb. You have the Camille to go in, and as long as Camille ultis someone, then it's pretty easy for Zilean to double bomb as well. And he has his ulti. So what could 100 Thieves have done better here? Probably wait for Lucian to come. They're pushing in bot lane. You don't want to fight this 3v3. You want to get a bigger advantage than that. It seems too hard to fight this. And Sion was there first anyway. So that's going to hurt a lot. Ezreal got a kill. Sion kill doesn't matter too much. But Ezreal now has Frozen Gauntlet. And he has Tear. It's good to sniff this out. The Thresh is moving too. But it's really up to 100 Thieves right now to... They gotta get going. They have to be the proactive team this game. Unless Victor can just 1v9 team fights later. I mean, who knows it someday. But when you're playing just Lucian into Ezreal, we're gonna see this a lot, especially in the first few weeks. We saw it in Europe. If the Lucian doesn't get going, then the Ezreal does kind of outperform the Lucian if the team fights are fought correctly. The Ezreal's always going to have the 1-3-1 pressure. So kind of boring. They have an Infernal up. I'm really nervous for 100 Thieves. Do they know? Okay, double TP. Yeah, I mean, whoever Alistar combos is probably just getting one shot. They're getting double bombed into Camille's stun. Ezreal's pretty safe right now. Alright, let's watch in normal speed. It's too hard to see. Alright, so... yeah, I mean, just look at the damage. Oh, and Science TP was insane. I feel like 100 Thieves really need their Victor with the team, and they have to peel back and kill whoever's in front. Because they do have Victor, Lucian, and Urgot, so they should kill the person in front faster than TSM does. But if you can see the way the fights play out, TSM is getting the engage off and blowing someone up before 100 Thieves has their setup. If 100 Thieves can survive the initial engage and then peel back and kill the person in front, they do have higher DPS. Like, they have the Lucian, Urgot, Victor. They should be able to execute whoever engages on them pretty quickly, even if it's Alistar. But it does seem really hard. I think TSM's comp is just easier to run. They have much higher room for error because of the Zilean. And they just need to go on whoever they can, as long as everyone can damage him. So the Fire Dragon is going to feel pretty nice. Oh, what? The solo kill Sion versus Victor. Alright, so I want to see a really good Baron setup. We just saw TL have an insanely good Baron setup where they were only up like 3 or 4k at 32 minutes, and they were able to push the enemy team all the way into their base, go into their top jungle, get insane deep boards. So they got top turret. So let's start tracking waves. Top lane's pushing in, bot lane's pushing into the TSM. Mid lane should be Zillion's territory. Although Ezreal wants to be mid, so Zillion should probably go to a side lane soon. Unless they want Zillion mid the whole game, in which case Ezreal's going to the side lane. So TSM's here first. I'm expecting this to be a free dragon. If 100 Thieves want to contest an objective, they definitely have to be there before TSM. Like we saw 2 times already. Whoever, if they walk into TSM and TSM gets the engage off, there's going to be a lot of burst damage, and then they can do these slow calculated fights with Zillion and Ezreal. So this is a good setup. So they go through mid. They have to get rid of all this vision. No one's top. Alright, so they burn a flash. Gotta get mid wave. This is still good. Since no one on 100 Thieves is pushing top, they have a long timer. They do see the Zillion here. So the call is to go on this side. So hard. Alright, 1 for 1. So you can kind of see how 100 Thieves want to fight. Kill whoever's in front. They have so much damage. It does kind of suck that they have Zillion R, so they are going to have to play the game really patiently. Kill whoever's in front. He might get revived. Hook the person who revives. Kill whoever Thresh hooks, pretty much. So TSM has way more room for error. Alright, so I want to see someone push top for TSM. Oh, they're just starting it. Where did Smoothie go? So Smoothie was seen on the ward. That is a really good job by Smoothie if you're playing Alistar or Rakan or even just a flanking character like Vladimir. You do want to be on the side. TSM starting this for a fight. They're not starting this to finish the Baron. They know they're probably not going to get it. Smoothie's on the side. Wow, that's... So Someday is positioned really aggressively considering they knew Alistar was there. That's a pretty big mistake by Someday. Like, if he's on this side, the Urgot is marking the Alistar. As long as you don't get one shot, it's actually not too bad of a fight. Yeah, this team's doomed. So they trade Fire for Baron. Okay. Overall, pretty calculated game by TSM. They do only have 2 deaths. And I'm pretty sure all of their fights have been, besides like the one bot lane for Broken Blade, they have been like planned team fights where they play out their comp, play it out through vision. So I'm pretty happy with the way TSM played. It's pretty calculated, which it has to be when you play with these Zillion comps. You don't want like messy high kill games. Like this was too aggressive. You don't have to dive here. So Urgot's not here, so that's why they're diving, but... Yeah, I guess they felt a lot of pressure. The other thing they can do is have someone like stay topside. So they don't really have a wave mid for a bit. Like there's the next wave. If someone stays on this top wave, it really pressures 100 Thieves and they have to split up. So then someone would have to defend this. They only have 3 people under turret. If Urgot's not basing, they'll probably get double inhibited, if not the game. So I would rather see TSM abuse their waves with Baron. But overall still pretty good. They got bot turret too. This looks pretty good as well. Combo into double bomb into Ezreal ult. So they do want to set up this Baron. So a lot of teams actually get greedy and they tunnel too hard. Like they're saying, we have top inhib down. We should be able to get bot inhib. But really, if you don't have Baron, the next objective is Baron. Because you just had Baron for what, 3.5 minutes? You got the top inhib. You got a lot of turrets bot side. You have a lot of gold. This next Baron really is a win condition. So they just sneak it. I kind of wanted to see a Baron setup, but this is still really smart. This is what a lot of LCK teams do. They don't really risk starting it with all 5 at first. They just started with like 2, and then if the enemy team is coming, they back out. So it's very low risk in terms of like how you make your decisions. Like it's very obvious whether they're coming in or not, and then you can back out. Whereas if you're starting it as 5, you face a lot of like on the spot decisions. Should we turn? Should we finish it? What's the HP at? HP save. So it does simplify comms a lot. So look at the way 100 Thieves is fighting this. This is good. It would have been a lot better if Huhi actually hit that spell, but Cyan goes in, hook, hit whoever's in front. That's it. You have way higher damage with the Victor Lucian. You get the Zillion ulti. So that sucks. They have to back now. But every time they get a hook, they do need to unload all their damage on it, and they're going to get outranged. So they can't really do anything without the hook. So hook on Alistar. Zillion ulti's up again. Alright, well he should be dead anyway. Hook, kill, rinse and repeat. You don't want to take unnecessary damage from the Ezreal Zillion. Thresh is looking for a hook. Alright, miss. So now you gotta zone a little bit. Wait for the next hook. Oof. Oh, no way. Is somebody dead? He had flash up. I feel like getting hit by that Cyan ulti is really interesting. Cyan just walked up to him. Wait, he was dying to the bomb. Acadian? Hello? Does he get Zillion ulti? Oh my god. The range is so far. Alright, they win. It does seem pretty easy for TSM to play this out with the Zillion into Urgot. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a Zillion ban 4-5 next time. When did they draft the Zillion? Yeah, so they drafted near the end. It was a last pick Zillion. It does seem really hard for 100 Thieves to play out this game. However, they needed to understand their condition of playing through Thresh Hook a lot sooner. Because when they're running into the river to fight that first dragon and they just get Alistar comboed into Camille E, or Camille E into Alistar combo, you're obviously getting one shot. So you need to establish vision, make sure the Lucian is first, and then really use your numbers advantage, because As we saw, it's really hard. The other way to play the game is to just give out the dragon and play topside. Make sure your Victor gets really strong. Play for the Rift Herald. But if you do want to contest bot prio, or bot river control, you really need to be coordinated. Make sure you get the engage with the hook, not them. Which is really hard against Camille. Camille can E-flash from pretty far away if Zillion's kind of close. But yeah, pretty hard game. TSM looked pretty strong. They looked very calculated. It got a little messy in terms of like team fighting with going in a little bit too deep, but Zillion was Zillion. So they understood how to play the comp pretty well.